Hey there everyone, welcome back to the second chapter of Chaos Child, and yes, in this chapter we have a proper introduction, since, well, every time I start visual novels, for some reason, just basically the intros basically magically pop out, and it's like, wow, I can barely say hello. But yeah, oh no, wait, another introduction? Well, you sure have to be kidding me. I suppose I'll pause this and then I'll continue or whatever. Well, yeah, turns out I just had to press the screen, well, to click on the screen in order to skip the cinematic. Well, let's go. So, we were here with this edgelord. I really hate his character. I don't care. I don't really care about what he's going to do in the next chapters or whatever. I just hate him. He's so edgy. And the other girl, well, I don't mind her. She's fine. Well, there were a few files on the screen. You took a lot of pictures. Any luck?
I didn't see anything new. What about you, Taku? Find anything new that connects the two cases?
No. I shook my head, frustrated.
Oh, I see. Well, let's not get frustrated yet. I'll see you in the club tomorrow.
Just as she was about to leave, I got an idea. Oh, Onoe. Oh, wait. Oh well, I'm back. I needed to double check my information. She was, in theory, a girl. I'm just asking, but... Oh, well, let's say someone asks you out.
Huh?
Just hypothetically, okay? What would you think if they said, I know this is extraordinarily selfish of me, but I may fall in love with you?
Is that what you were just saying?
Never mind that, what do you think? Sarika thought for a second.
Is the person younger than me?
What is this? Huh?
Since they're being so polite.
That is true. Come to think of it. Why was it so polite anyway? Maybe they are... never mind that. What do you think?
Well, I think it's really polite, but... nobody's ever asked me out, so I don't know.
Anything else? Like, oh, how romantic. Not really, that would depend on the person, right? What's going on here, cool cat? It would depend on the person asking the question. Of course it would!
Oh, right, I forgot!
Sarika stretched out her hand.
Give me 500 yen. Huh? Here, I forgot.
She showed me the paperback she was holding.
I just ran it again. He gave me this. Said it was your usual. I paid him 400 yen for it.
My usual? Confused, I took the bag from her. Gen's usual changed every time I talked to him, so I couldn't count on it. What was it today? The drunk old bastard!
What's your usual?
Nothing! Here! 500 yen! I forced 100 yen into her hands. Ignoring her persistent question, I led her to the door. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
Huh?
Thanks for the picture, they're a big help.
Fine.
Reluctantly, she left my room. Whew, damn it. Sure, this was what I always bought from Gen. But the information in the last one was not good. What the heck was a cool cat anyway? A cold cat? Is it cold because it's dead? 100 ways to secretly show your sexy side? No. I needed to hide this too. But I had so many of them now, I was running out of room on the top shelf. What? When I just tried to force it in, a mountain of old papers came falling out. Damn it, no room, huh? What is this? It was an old scrapbook about the murders that had occurred 6 years in Shibuya. I bought it from Gen 2, come to think of it. I already scanned it, but I had forgotten to throw out the original. How could I, of all people, be so lax with information? I've just have to bundle it up with the rest of my collection. My eyes lingered for a second on the page. Come to think of it. I quickly ran over to my PC. I opened the files on the case that I'd been looking for. Seriously? My words were a whisper. Yeah, I was like, seriously? And then my words were a whisper. So it would have been, seriously? I looked better in the scrapbook and then compared to the date on the PC. This reminded me of the Dumbledore said calmly. There was no doubt. I kept looking at it, and he kept saying the same thing. But this... if my hypothesis was right, I'm sure even the police have noticed. Oh, what is this? Lately, stickers with the face of sumo wrestler have been appearing around Shibuya. You started seeing them on signs, guardrails, and over Shibuya over 5 or 6 years ago. There are a lot of other stickers spread by graffiti artists, but Shibuya in particular has a huge number of these sumo stickers. Some have speculated that they are a message from a terrorist group or perhaps a cult, but as of now, that's nothing more than a hypothesis. When asked about the stickers, a 41-year-old woman who worked at Jinan Shibuya hair salon said they were creepy. I wish whoever it was would stop destroying the Shibuya landscape. Some residents will take them down, only to see them reappear later. Shibuya City Hall's quote, We are continuing our community outreach efforts to help stop the stickers from being put up, but also there are no plans to use city funds to remove these stickers. Police said that placing these stickers on public property is a misdemeanor, but it's really difficult to prosecute without catching someone in the act of doing so. They have no current plans for dealing with the stickers either. The citizens of Shibuya are going to be stuck with these stickers for a while, it seems. After I first saw them 2 years ago, I've just been seeing them everywhere. It feels like there are more lately. Saw another today, these two... well, just people seeing things. At this point, only a few people were talking about the sumo wrestler stickers. Who could have known that these eerie stickers would mark the beginning of a world-changing event? And so, this magazine article about the incident that occurred on the 7th... I just don't know who the fuck is talking because the names are in Japanese. Let me put it on Google Lens with a sec. It says here like a student or something like this according to Google Lens. So yeah, let's memorize the kanji or whatever in order to... well, it's the other guy. The 7th, huh? The suicide that took place during a Nikoniya stream, right? I read that article. We don't know for sure that it was a suicide though. People on the net are calling it the Don't Look At Me case, and here's a video of the broadcast. I saw that too. Wait, we saw it together. And there is a building, and here's the building that it took place in. Honor took some photos for me yesterday. Oh, sorry. I know, yeah, it was in. I know that too. And this... oh, sorry. This is the inside of his room. Huh? No way you took this! When? Wait, how? Until then, Ito had been disinterestedly pointing his camera at the crowd for decorations in the hallway that got his attention. Of course it did. No one else had seen these pictures yet. Last weekend, you can see the room from the 5th floor of the karaoke place on the other side of the street. Seriously? This is another person. Is it? Oh yeah, maybe because they can't change since he has been... oh! The name is here. Well, here, this is the 5th floor. His name is Shinji. You could always count on him to be interested when it came to new information. So what? Oh, sorry, so what? You went in by yourself? Huh? I mean, you went to the karaoke place by yourself? For karaoke alone? I didn't even have a choice, did I? And it's not embarrassing. I didn't sing, so it wasn't really karaoke. To be honest, I was a little embarrassed. The guy at the counter, who was probably just a part-timer, had stared at me suspiciously. Maybe it attracted his attention by coming in the middle of the day in my uniform. And since I'd been there before, he made me fill out membership paperwork. I didn't know how to do it, so it took a long time. I'd actually never been to a karaoke place before in my life.
Yes. Okay.
Alright, I got this. Let's go to the next one.
This is such a pain. We went over to the gym for the second floor hallway. It was filled with students laughing over who knows what. The whole school was getting ready for the culture festival next week. This year's festival was supposed to be a big one. Heikiho Academy was the first private school built as a part of a restoration effort, and so it was attracting a lot of attention. One reason why everyone was so excited for the school fair was the school lax rules, with lots of clubs and activities, but the biggest reason was the Shibuya Peace and the Restoration Festival 2 months from now. 2 months from now, on November 9th, would mark the 6 years since the Shibuya earthquake. The 5-year anniversary for last year had affected the whole town, and since the school was in Shibuya, it too would include us. We were just a simple high school, but now our culture festival was being treated as a prelude to a big one, and supposedly there would be TV cameras filming the day of the event.
Wow, aren't those costumes copyrighted? Can they get away with that? And wait, why are they wearing them now?
Ito turned his camera towards a group of people pretending to be wrestlers. Ito and I were in the newspaper club, and it was our job to record these festivities. The principal had ordered that all clubs were to participate in the culture festival, and recording the festivities was our way to getting by without having to do much work. Recording video and taking photos was my hobby, and more than anything it seemed like the way that would demand I burn the fewest calories. I couldn't see myself participating in any of the usual festival nonsense, like the baseball team's fried baseball ice cream stand, which was just probably a regular fried ice cream in a bowl, or the Pro Wrestling Research Club's mascot Pro Wrestling, or even just the scenes that the Mystery Club and Fortune Telling Club were putting together. They probably just don't have anything better to do.
Hey, don't pull your whiskers! You read them off! Aren't these antenna?
I just love how it's exactly spelled like they're spelled in Latin. Well, what do you think? If they were antenna, it wouldn't look cute if you rip them off.
Huh? Do we really have to answer the stupid question? Goddamn normals, go die in a fire.
They're so edgy, and why is it like, I'd say normies, because normals, it just sounds odd, you don't say normals, I'd say normies, but still, bro, let people live their fucking lives, don't go calling everyone a normie. I used to call people normies, because they didn't listen to Queen like I did, and I still listen to Queen, but I don't treat people like they're normies, because they don't listen to Queen. So, as long as they're good people, just let them be. Hey, don't be fun of normals. I'm a normal. Oh, finally! But I think you didn't say the same thing at the beginning, didn't you? Hey, you idiot! The camera! He dropped it! That thing's expensive!
Hey, what do you mean?
You're hurting me! Wait, the camera!
Did you betray me? Did you lose a level? Where did you get a girlfriend?
What the fuck is this? Are they some club of guys who just want to stay, being the outcasts and just basically be happy with that, and getting a girlfriend is apparently a betrayal to your stupid friendship that is only based on you not being normal? What is this? Well, I don't have a girlfriend, but forget that. Pick up the camera.
What?
I slipped out of Aido's grasp and picked up the camera. Looks like it's safe. God. I relaxed and handed the camera back to Ito. Get a hold of yourself. We're not like that. We're right-siders, right? Want me to give you a lecture about it? Listen, the term normal first came into use on the Japanese internet around 2005. It referred to someone whose daily life was fulfilling and satisfying. Originally, the term netsen existed as an antonym, but that distinction barely exists anymore. That's why the net is now an integral part of everyday life. When it first came into use, simply having friends was enough to qualify one as normal, but gradually this requirement shifted to having a lover, but this too is changing. The modern definition of normal is now someone whose life is truly satisfying. That is, someone who's doing what they really want to. In that sense, I'm a normal. Therefore, people over there who are screwing around and waste their time are normals at all. Just need to use words correctly. I don't know, but for some reason, this whole random lecture just reminded me of that TikTok guy, you know, like there was some video playing or whatever, and he's like, at the end of the day, it's not the funniest thing because an orphan could step on that, they could hurt their feet, right? And it's like, it reminded me a lot of that. Well, seriously, he needs to be careful. Just being a wrong-sider by itself is a sin in these days. After I finished my lecture, I saw that Ito was staring at me wordlessly. What? He did not understand it? I walked him through the entire etymology. Miyashiro. What? You're not a normal. Let's use words correctly, okay? Huh? But why? Normals don't talk like that. Wait, why? And you know, I've got acquaintances who are women, of course, men too. I told you, normals don't talk like that. But what's the reason? And may I also add, I quickly swallowed my words. I'm studying fashion too. Oh, he is? Well, I read that the new issue of Cool Cat before I put it away. There was a lecture called Utsunomiya's Fashion Leader. I thought it looked pretty good. What's that with that face? Well, I could wear that stuff, I'm sure. What? Nothing, I'm telling you. Sure, whatever man, let's go. As he walked away, I turned my eyes towards the group of mascot pro wrestlers. Alright then, we'll all wear the same outfit.
Oh, like Santa Rangers! We can split the colors up! I'll be yellow!
The audience would love it, but do we have the budget?
We've got your allowance, right?
Show it.
Or we could paint the colors onto our bodies. It just has to get laughs, right?
I'm busy.
Welcome back, Master Charon!
It's not very cute, is it? We can fix that.
Don't say that it's not cute. And wait, it's not fair that only the girls are waitresses. The boys should be waitresses too.
Did Gero Froggy really talk like that? Ito had just finished recording the goings on in the classroom. It doesn't matter. It was class 3-1, and Ito was in my class. Most of the class was busy with Gero Froggy Cafe, and they were doing what they were doing for the festival. But some other people were just focused on studying. We're ignoring the focus on studying. Some of the other kids were reading like novels. Did they really think that if they like paper cover from the bookstore and we couldn't tell it was a light novel? I just can't with how much this dude hates otakus. It's so funny. It is really so funny. They were just trying their best to stay out of the way. Most people were happily making Gero Froggy decorations, putting on Gero Froggy costumes and messing around. All the clubs had to participate in the festival, but so did the classes. No one had told me, but evidently several months ago, we decided to do a Gero Froggy theme cafe. You dummy! Gero Frog has a girl's voice.
Well, sure, but it's just a culture festival. We're allowed to change it.
That is wrong.
Huh?
Ito tilted his head in confusion and decided to get back on topic. I took my Pokecom and showed it to Ito. So here's the images from the 19th of this month. Leaky noise, huh? Let me see. I haven't seen this one before. Where'd you get it? Oh! I accidentally pressed escape. Oh my god. Well, it showed up an instant on the aggregator wiki. I scrapped it before it got deleted. This one's got a nicer angle, right? Hey, let me up this to Nikoni along with the stuff you took from the karaoke box. I've already upped it to the newspaper club's online storage. Make some adjustments so it's easier to see. Then do what you want with it. Views have been kind of bad lately. The last video you up got tagged with it. With cameraman. Do your jam. Oh my god. We're tagged with cameraman. Do your damn job. And this angle sucks. Ito looked really upset. Well, I know how he felt. The Hekiho Academy newspaper had been the first in the nation to upload a video version of the school paper to Nikoniya. Our papers dealt with anything involving Shibuya. We done a special on the Shibuya restoration once that a local paper had written about. We won a special prize at the city journalism contest, and the video got over 80,000 views despite being boring as heck. After that, I thought I could understand being upset at the fact that the new videos were dealing with going-on in Shibuya and weren't breaking 2 digits. Oh, I was the one who put that camera under your damn job tag on. Diego was Crabman.
Ta-da! Got it! Oh, it's an original!
I'm so tired. A boyfriend and girlfriend walked in, evidently back from shopping. Their arms were full of Gero Froggy stuffed animals. I told you, that's wrong. Huh? What's wrong? You know, hadn't noticed then. I looked at my classmates who were already beginning to play with her new toys and said, I've told you this before, right? You can tell your average teenager's information level by knowing what sites they go to. This was a personal theory of mine. Smartphones and Pokecoms had become a religion to the modern teenager, and the information that they gained from these portable terminals had a huge influence on their lives. Some people looked at SNS like Twitter, Rainy, and Facebook. Others at 4chan and Nikoniya. Some looked at all those as well as the links they found there, and then some looked at all those things as well as their favorite celebrity blogs, the big 4chan aggregators, and whatever humor site was popular at the moment. All of these people were wrong-siders, and the scary thing was these days, 9 out of 10 wrong-siders were teenagers. Gero Froggy launched 6 years ago with a cell phone strap that had gotten popular for reasons no one ever understood. And then lately, a combination of Gero Froggy memes on Twitter, as well as an amateur anime posted to Nikoniya. If I remember right, it was a talking and dancing frogs singing anime themes. Had created a fad. I suppose I hated to use the word for something so stupid. It amazes me that people honestly believed that the rivet sounds made by the female actress in those videos were from the original, or that the original was the stuffed animal that had come out recently on the phone strap. I guess that they only got their information from Twitter. And a man can't be a waitress, he's a waiter. Dude. Alright. This was one of the reasons I joined the newspaper club. I didn't want to end up like them, anyway.
Miyashiro?
A girl, evidently the one in charge of the waitresses, was talking to me. Ugh. Who was she again? Fujita? Fujimoto? I think there was a Fuji. What is it, Tanaka? Tanaka, I was totally wrong.
About the videos we're going to be playing in classroom.
What was she talking about? Oh, right. They were going to make their own versions of Nikoniya videos, and they were costumes and dance.
Do you think we could do some close-ups of something instead of just shooting the same spot the whole time?
Huh? Was she telling me what to do? I didn't volunteer to videotape it, you guys forced me. Well, it was better than being told to dance or make props myself. Well, you see...
Huh?
You don't want to fix, you just want us to move around.
Fix? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, we can do it. We can do close-ups or whatever.
Really? Great. I'll write up how we want you to do it and give it to you before you shoot.
Then she fled. That surprised me. Don't scare me like that. I was so nervous, I was sweating a little. Ida was looking at me and sighing. What?
No way you're a normal man.
What?
You freak out whenever you're talking to someone new.
I can't help it, she came out of nowhere. And what's more, I made a policy not to talk to anyone unless it was necessary. This was the first time, in quite a time I'd spoken to any of my classmates about it. Why are you like this? What is the reason? Seriously? Dude, this is cringy, this is... Oh my god. How'd it go?
He was bragging about something, right? Pigs or something.
What? More Technoblade? More Technoblabble. Sorry, not Technoblade. What? What's up with me? Well, they'd already started to spread meaningless information. Stop it. Hearing whispers about me in the classroom brought me back bad memories. I was starting to have a hard time breathing.
Here, hey, you okay?
I must have looked like I was in pain, because Ito was looking at me with concern on his face. I quickly nodded to show that I was fine.
If you want to talk behind someone's back, do it when they can hear you, and it's not bragging, and it's not technoblabble.
It doesn't bother me, Fujita is...
Who's Fujita?
Oh, Tanaka. It's just a wrong cider. That's right. It wasn't worth worrying about. She was just ignorant. Ito looked over at 4 other classmates who were having fun.
Jeez, they're just freaking opportunists.
Opportunist? Uh-oh. What did that mean again? I knew I'd heard it before. I ran to search on my Pokecom, making sure not to let Ito see it. Opportunist, someone who takes advantage of any opportunity to achieve an end. That's right, I think that's exactly the right word. They'll take any opportunity to bring you down.
You've got that right.
Ito nodded, annoyed. Good, looks like he didn't find out. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. Well, I have to cut the recording for a while now, but then when I come back, I'm going to do my rant. I'm going to rant, okay? You cannot stop me. I always rant. So, yeah. See you in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. So, what I was saying, I think really the protagonist isn't, well, is normal, as he says. He wants to be normal, but he finds within the company of this guy, he just cannot be normal, because if he's normal, that would mean that he is going to be rejected by his friend, and he's really afraid of that. I get how he's feeling in this case, I really get it. And yeah, and I just found it so sad that he was looking at big words on his tablet because he couldn't understand it, and just mindlessly agreeing with everything that his friend is saying, just not to be scolded or whatever by him. I just find that really sad. For some reason, I just feel that he is desperately trying to be somebody different. Maybe it was an idea of him at first, but then as he started having a friendship with this guy, maybe he was trapped in that uniqueness that he really didn't want. I think maybe that is what happened in this case. Yeah, it is very stressful for him, I presume. And I don't know, I just find this whole situation a little bit awkward. I hope that at the end of the game he realizes that, well, I mean, for some reason the Smiths are my favorite band. Yeah, I'm a Smiths fan, as many of you all may know, but yeah, the Smiths always wanted to embrace how even normal people are important to our world. I believe, yeah, well, we are all normal but unique at the same time, because we're all human. We really are all human. We are all that. It's our condition. It's fine. But then, we all have our advantages and our disadvantages, but I say, like, that makes us unique, but at the same time, we're normal, and that's fine. That's really fine. And, you know, you shouldn't be struggling just to desperately become unique, and that's just not it. You know, you don't have to be that way. Just be who you are. You'll be happier. And yeah, maybe being who you are in this world sucks, but being who you're not sucks even more. So maybe you should start thinking a little bit more about it. Wow, that rant got me thirsty. Well, do the otaku at the bottom of the school case system have to give people above us something to talk about? Hold it. The school case system wasn't something I cared about, but hey, I'm not an otaku. I just find so funny whenever he says, hey, I'm not an otaku. Not this again. What do you mean again? It's just I don't like it when people are wrong. Do you want... No, I don't want to lecture. The definition of the word otaku is changing, and the negative connotations its original had are disappearing, but at the end of the day, it's not the funniest thing because no one could say that. It's basically that. Even now, in 2015, it still mostly serves to denote those obsessed with anime, light novels, video games, and idols. I thought I saw a boy reading a light novel turn towards me, but I didn't care. I don't watch stupid anime or read stupid light novels. It is a waste of time. Weren't you going on about how great some anime was? What was it? Bloodtune? I said I don't watch anime, that's stupid! It's no different than people who ignore my quality from movies like the True Veronicas or It's My Wonderful Life and just watch the same stuff over and over. And say, anyone who hasn't seen this show is a casual. I get it. Or the people who lie about having written books like The Citizen Sequence or Winter's Garden and just read light novels all day. The word otaku refers to people like that, who only bother to have information about subjects they enjoy. Camera otaku always seems like a bunch of weirdos to me. As long as they're not bothering anyone, who cares? I'm a Johnny otaku myself. Stop it, please. More than anything, I don't want to be the same as you people. Oh my god, this is the most teenage thing I've ever heard. And then, the door to the classroom flew open. A female student was looking. She must have been hurt because she was a little bit out of breath. She brushed her long hair out of her eyes and was just about to come inside. No, what's up? Oh, Empress, perfect timing. The whole class started to talk to her. Hold on! She was just about to say something when her foot caught on one of the cables running across the room. And she suddenly tripped. She almost tripped but managed to keep her balance. She smiled a bit and took a deep breath. All the students around her, boys and girls alike, began to move. They surrounded her as if it were welcoming a long-lost family member. Hey, who put this cable in here? That's dangerous! No, I'm sorry! Empress, you okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. She answered them with a smile. I felt like our eyes met. I looked away without thinking. Nona Kurusu, the first student council president in Heigiho Academy. Hey, so for a cafe, we've got the kitchen and the other part. What do you call it? Where the customers sit? Kurusu smiled a little as she spoke. You mean the hall? Yeah, the hall. Did Mr. Waki just adjust the number of curtains where we've got to a partition at the adjust? Did Mr. Waki say that he was going to do that, Master? Huh? You hadn't heard? Nope, which means he definitely didn't do it. Fine, I'll talk to him. You sure? The teachers seem to have an eye on you, Empress. Actually, they seem scared about you.
The student council's president's job is to make the teachers' lives difficult for the benefit of the students. Don't worry, I'll use that little power I have I forgot. Oh, and Messenger, stop calling me Empress.
Thanks, Empress.
Now, listen, you.
Most of the boys started the class calling Kurusu Empress as a joke. She got the name after becoming a hero to her fellow students through gallant deeds like putting an end to Principal Ellen's homeroom speeches. Not to mention bringing more types of bread to the school store.
Thanks for the costume.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for the costume, Nano. It was a perfect fit.
Tanaka, when I wore that, I couldn't get the zipper all the way up. Should I get my mouth shut? I can't stop you guys from doing any advertising, you know? I'm sorry, it was just a joke. You're just fine, I mean it. Wait, it probably got stuck in your breasts anyway, did it? It was a joke. I'm counting on you, okay? And get lots of laughs.
She sure was popular. She even knew the names of the students in the other classes. The top of the school case system. This was the first phrase that came to mind. And then...
Takeru, we need to talk. Can you come with me?
Kurusu walked all over the way to Miyanito. Her expression was so kind, it seemed like she had to be putting on some kind of act. I could see that all the people who'd been surrounded her were staring at me. What does the Empress want to... with the camera kids? Are they friends?
What? I didn't know. No, is...
Oh, seriously? I ignored my classmates' whispers and focused on Kurusu. Her smile seemed faked, as if it had been plastered onto her face. Whenever she smiled like that, it meant she wasn't in a good mood. Sorry, I can't now. I just figured out something about the case and I'm putting it together. The student council is really busy with the culture festival right now, right? So when it's come down Kurusu, her cheeks twitched a little. Crap. Kurusu didn't like when I called her by the last name.
Can't you come with me to the club room really quick?
I could sense a dark aura forming around her, hardly benefiting a so-called Empress.
Can you?
She was so close to me. Let's go to the club. That's cool with you, Miyashiro? Ito couldn't handle the terror. It didn't look like I could talk my way out of this one. Seeing no other choice, I nodded and stood up. Kurusu! Huh. Kurusu, you got a second?
Is this about a portable stove for all the food stalls in the field? We decided that every stall gets one.
But that's okay.
Sorry, no exceptions. I spoke to the principal, but I couldn't get him to change his mind. If any of the bigger groups are still upset, I'll go talk to them myself.
Roger, I mean, wait. Why aren't you where you're supposed to be? Kurusu, I told you that if you're busy, you can do this later.
I'm done. Sorry, Kawahara. I'm in a hurry right now.
Her tone was gentle, but it brooked no argument, as she hurried to the club room. Miyashiro, you again? What did you do this time? Kawahara cut her off. I didn't know his first name. He was in the same class as Ito and I, and he was the vice president of the student council. No, you don't need to tell me. You were pretending to be a reporter again, right? Or was it a detective? I knew what he was giving me a hard time. He didn't like the fact that Kurusu was spending time with me. Well, that was really clear, to be honest. It's not, What? It's not any of your business, I think. Oh my god, he's such an badass. It is my business. When you take up Kurusu's time, you cause trouble for me and the rest of the student council. I'm not wasting my time, I skipped it. I tried to ignore him and just walk on by.
小中と不登校だったんだって。
So I hear you skip most of the elementary and middle school, is that true? I could feel my legs tense up. I stopped. My face got hot, and without thinking, I glared accusingly at Kurisu. She quickly shook her head.
Kawahara, I'm really in a hurry right now.
But he kept on staring at me. I felt like he was grinning a little. It pissed me off. But there was nothing I could say. I did the best I could to ignore him and turn away. I ignored what sounded like a little laugh and hurried to the club room.
It wasn't me, okay?
The second the three of us were alone in the club, her expression changed. The smile plastered on the student council president's face disappeared. This was who she really was. What wasn't?
What Kawahara was saying, I didn't tell him, okay?
It didn't bother me.
You're lying.
Really didn't. Everything about me was different than it used to be.
So, what is it? Did you want to talk about something, Miss Vice President of the newspaper club?
Chris decided and changed the subject.
Takuru, you're eating, right? You look like you've lost weight.
Where was this coming from?
It's going to start getting colder soon, you know? Can you just keep warm in the place you're living in?
Crap, she was in a nag mood.
And I heard you told the teachers you were going to get a job after graduation. I told you to say that you're going to college. It's not like you aren't smart enough. I know it's going to be hard for you to start now, but I've told you before that I can help.
Did you go asking the teachers? And wait, is that what you wanted to talk about?
Well, are you eating right?
I'm eating just fine. Everything just fine. I waved my hand to bring the conversation to a close. I didn't want to end this the way it used to, with a 6-hour lecture about how every aspect of my life was wrong, followed by hard labor as my punishment. Kurisu looked like she still had more to say, but a moment later...
You skipped school last Friday, didn't you?
Huh? So that was what this was all about. Yes, I did. Is that a problem?
Of course it is a problem. Where were you? You were taking those photos you up to the storage folder, weren't you?
Damn it, I figured that would be it. She was right. The pictures I'd taken from the karaoke box from last Friday where I'd skipped school. It started stacking out in a place early that morning and waited for the manager of the condo building to open the curtains. It was a lot of work, but I was able to get photos of the scene that nobody else, except for me, except the police.
I've told you before that you need to stop spending all your time on this stuff.
Kurisu was the vice president of the newspaper club and had been opposed to Ito's and my journalistic ethos for a long time. We'd spent most of our time investigating crimes in Shibuya. Stuff like the attacks on the homeless people that had been flooding the city ever since the earthquake. On urban legends about a company involved with the rebuilding who put up tons of security cameras all around the city. And a serial arson case where the culprit had never been caught, and now these strange deaths. For a part, Kurisu said that a student paper shouldn't be investigating crimes. She wrote normal, sincere articles and made normal, sincere videos. The video about the Shibuya recovery efforts that won a prize had been mostly her work.
Takuru, you're really acting strange this time. You've never skipped school to do this stuff, have you?
That was true. But the reason why was obvious, right? I was lucky enough to have this huge mystery right in front of me. This is worth skipping school for.
Why?
Because this is the first big thing that's ever happened in Shibuya since we started the newspaper. This is a huge scoop.
Scoop?
That face was bad news. It was scary. Ito was right next to me, so I grabbed him and held him tight.
Hey, don't use me as a shield. What? Am I a shield? And why is your face so scary? A huge scoop? People are dead and you think it's just a huge scoop?
No, I'm sorry. Stay away from me. I really can handle this.
Don't push me! Wait, are you really using me as a shield?
Oh crap, oh crap. That face was seriously bad news. The Empress was scary enough that she could send a demon running in terror. I'd never met a demon either. That was just how scary she was.
Care to repeat that? Want to tell me again how all these deaths are just a huge scoop for you?
Oh shit. I needed to find some way to stop her. And then I felt the wind rush by my ears. Huh? Huh. What the heck? And at the worst possible time, the wind blew through the room. Kurusu didn't even have time to hold her skirt.
Okay, here comes my serve. I've got it.
My eyes were locked with Kurusu's as I heard the sounds from the open window. I hadn't even realized it was open then. There was a tennis court on top of the special use building. That was probably the tennis team out there. I needed to say something. Was I supposed to tell her I hadn't seen anything?
Vice President? Why not? I guess that's what I expect.
Idiot, are you trying to get yourself killed?
Does it really matter what color my underwear is right now, asshole?
I flinched at the sudden noise. I'm sorry. And then I realized. I was sure that the sound of Kurusu kicking the wall or maybe the sound of her murdering Ito. But I was wrong. It was coming from deeper inside the room.
That girl? Kazuki, are you here? Kazuki? Oh, she's got her headphones on.
Kurusu sat and pulled off the headphones that Kazuki always wore.
I've told you before to stop hitting the wall every time something goes wrong in SO2. Look, you're making a dent.
Hana Kazuki, the only first-year student in the newspaper club. But forget her, this was my chance. As Kurusu was rubbing the red marks of Kazuki's hand, I said, anyway, I'm going to keep following this case. I found a clue, and it might be a big one. Kurusu glared at me for a moment, but...
Well, really? Okay, I'll get right away. Tell me about it. I get ready right away. Tell me about it, I can wait.
Ito hurried over to the club's computer, desperate for any chance to escape his doom. I stared back at Kurusu for a moment and then... boot up the computer and print out image in the storage folder.
Roger.
Ito's voice was louder than it needed to be as he turned on the computer.
No more punching the wall, okay?
Maybe she took pity on Purito because she didn't say anything, but she still crossed her arms and glared at us and she leaned against the wall. She was at least going to hear me out, it looked like. Or maybe... I just skipped it.
You owe me lunch later.
Why? I don't want to.
For using me as a goddamn shield. This was 100% your fault to begin with.
I'm sorry, but you were lucky. She didn't get violent.
Huh? Violent? The vice president?
I nodded. Kurusu was the girl that everyone looked up to, but she was actually very short-tempered. It would take me more than 5 fingers, but less than 10 to count the number of times she'd slapped me hard. But you secretly like that. When I told him that...
Are you serious? I mean, really? Are there really teenage girls that do that stuff? That's one step short for a HYS or a SCO. Has no one ever told you that if you want to talk behind someone's back, you should do it when they can hear you?
When they can hear you? That sounded so Spanish. My Spanish accent just basically flew out of my mouth then. Well, the almost highs didn't even bother looking at us as she spoke.
No, we just said that to someone though, in the classroom. I see.
And then she fell silent. She was scary as hell. It felt like if I moved, she'd kill me.
You are buying. It's settled. It's supersized with dessert. No objections.
Oh, I wanted him to say objection. I remember that in the Steins Gate, in one part, the main character said objection, and it was so funny. That was 50% your fault. Actually, it was 100% Eido's fault for not keeping his mouth shut.
No.
Hey,
What?
did you see it? You saw it, right?
I didn't. That was a lie. I'd seen it. They were white. I glanced at Kurusu on the corner of my eye. I guess that was really just what you would expect. Still, I finally got a glimpse. It was entirely possible that I'd been mistaken. If I burned the image into my brain now, maybe the next time something like this happened, I'd be able to react more quickly, so I pray for more good luck. If it ever did happen again, I swear I would react as a right-sider should. A right-sider wouldn't panic over something as insignificant as seeing a girl's underwear. In a situation like that, it was critical that you stay calm. When she heard Ito turn on the printer, Kazuki trotted over me like she usually did. That unlike Game Addict had the best computer skills than anyone in the club. When Hershey was around it was her job to run searches and organize the information in the PC, but...
Kazuki, we don't need you for this. I don't consider this part of our club activities.
Kazuki gives a questioning look. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kazuki just said, as she always did, and walked away. Kazuki put her headphones on and went back to the corner room. She just started slamming keys again. I never did know how to talk to her. Actually, it felt like it'd been forever since I've ever spoken to her. If you could call this a conversation, that is. She'd been part of the newspaper club for 6 months, and all I knew about her was she liked games, knew a lot about computer and hated talking. In the end, Ito printed out the the pictures. It took them and went into the front of bulletin board before Kurusu had changed her mind. If Kurusu was going to listen, it was probably better to start at the beginning. Well, but I think we're going to leave this explanation for another chapter since this is getting too long. So, yeah. See you in the next chapter tomorrow. Goodbye.